sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Nittany Lions will kick it off to get us underway. Looking for blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Going to the ground. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wilson will throw. Hauls it in. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Good, solid tackle.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Wilson to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Rushes on him. He's going to take off.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know, if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. On target. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And listen, you get zone coverage, and you can hit that curl route, and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Wilson will throw. It's complete. There he goes. Now the connection takes it to the 11. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, it's no wonder this quarterback is getting more and more confident, not necessarily throwing it, but I think running it. You saw that earlier in this drive, too. On that last play, he's thinking to himself, man, it's been working for me so far. Every time I just tuck it, take off scrambling, something good seems to happen, so that's not going to stop. And I think moving forward, this defense has got to expect him to scramble more often.
Bring in the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This defense talked about it coming into this football game. We've got to affect the quarterback. We got to rattle him. We got to hit him early. How about this? First drive, 2 sacks already. So far, mission accomplished.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. On a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. On the run, it's Harvin. Still running at the 35. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Man, they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. And you think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs are wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to throw, it's Baker. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion. Unloads it left. He caught it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Those 3rd downs are hard to execute, and when you get in the red zone, it gets even harder, but this offense did a great job. Now, forget the 3. We're leaving that behind. Now set up 1st and goal.
The Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Gets it out quickly. He gets it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be dragged down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Powers through the defender. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Penn State! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. The 50. He's on the 40. The 20. The 10. He takes it all the way back for the 2.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Power football with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, that's a fortuitous bounce because we know this guy already fumbled earlier in the game, David. He's got to do a better job with 5 points of pressure on that ball.
Or he's going to be sitting on the sidelines. Coaches are not going to continue to trust you if you're going to continue to put the ball on the ground.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wilson to pass. Makes the grab. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
Quarterback making checks. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's smart. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
To the air on first down. Using the quick game. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Wants to throw again. He's got it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Bird. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Wilson will throw. Gets it out fast. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, NC State.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
A little surprising that they didn't go for 2, but they're still down by a point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Back to pass, it's Baker. The sweet feet buy a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
I love it. I love 1st down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the 1st down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Wilson to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. They emptied the roster, put every receiver they had out there, it seemed, and they were able to pick up enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, when you do that with all that speed on the field, you spread it out. What do you got to do? Find the matchup. Find the speed advantage with one of my wide receivers. Get that good matchup. Get the easy 1st down.
Looking downfield on first down. Got his man to the left. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Nebraska is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Tom Osborne, this has not been a blowout today in Lincoln. They're up by 11 over Auburn. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. Give to the single back. Got the first down, looking for more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Baker. Pressure coming. Finds his man, it's Harvin. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hayes. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's at the touchdown, Wolfpack. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get at minimum tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And he's not going to take the touchback. He gets a block. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house. Great blocking and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He might want another play. Wilson will throw. Turns it loose. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, I think this quarterback just needs to do a better job working through his progression. It looked to me like he was trying to force that into his guy who was covered on the play. There were other people open.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wilson to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. You can hear the roar all the way to Mount Nittany after he got in the backfield and made the play.
And they always give you something to roar about, don't you? These Penn State linebackers, I don't know where they find them, but year after year they find some of the best players in all of football.
Wants to fire on second down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Bringing it back. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
Creates a little room. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You've got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. To give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now on the move. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to...
And it's blocked. He picks it up. That's a live ball. He's at the 50. At the 30. Past the 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2.
How about the job by this field goal block unit? They didn't take the play off. They get penetration, get their hands in the air. You never know what's going to happen. It takes a good bounce. Next thing you know, you're scooping it up. You're taking it the other way and putting 2 points on the scoreboard.
Getting the extra point blocked soured that touchdown drive just a bit, but they'll line up to kick it off. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Wilson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Burr. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. Just keep slinging it. Caught in the backfield, it's Burr. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Offense facing.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Gets it out of there for the first time today and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. To throw on first down off the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through the progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. To the air, it's Baker. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him.
There he goes. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
It's a big yardage. First and goal, Penn State.
We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Penn State.
They'll They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Direct snap. It's Harvin. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Miami is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about at the U for a long time. They're up by 21 over Tennessee. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Here's a heat.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front 7 has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football game.
Back to the ground with the running back. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
These offenses, sometimes when they get pressed and they know they got to go fast and they got to put points on the boards, sometimes they get a little bit reckless, and they do right here. They give up the safety. Now down multiple possessions and kicking off. The chances of them winning just went way downhill.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Breaks into the open.
Brings it out to the 30. And the Penn State offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. To throw, it's Baker. Release to the back. Caught over the middle, it's Hayes. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. The option look. They'll give it to the back. Got room to work. Wide open spaces. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Nittany Lions come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Gets the back moving. They'll throw it from the red zone. The screen, and watch out. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick it away.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wilson to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And this defense is perfectly fine with that. When you're up a couple possessions, you want everything in front of you. You want that clock to tick, make sound tackles, and don't give up big plays.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wilson will throw. Unloads to the wideout, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Wants to throw again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They punt it away on 4th down. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hayes. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the fourth quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
Setting up the screen. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wilson to pass. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Ripping through the defense. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, the return, and the offense will be threatening.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on first and goal. Using his feet. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Grabbed behind the line. It's Pitts. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
63, NC State, 28.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a little bit of a frustrating day for this offense. They want to get the run game going, and they want to get it to their stud at running back, but he just hasn't found a lot of area. And here's the thing. If you don't have successful runs, now it's 2nd and long, and this offense, they haven't been in a great spot because physically they haven't been able to run the football today.
Brings up 3rd down.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.